Today we have set number 30187. This is called Fast Car. This is a LEGO Creator Polybag that's been recently released in 2014. Ages 6 to 12, 56 pieces. I've found this in Target. If you look in the seasonal section, they actually have a good number of them. And at a really good price, $3.29. That's a pretty good price for a polybag. Usually in Target they have polybags for about $4.84 or somewhere close to $5 like that, but this one was actually not even close to $5. It was actually closer to $4. Well, it's $3.29. Excellent deal, especially as far as price per piece goes, because you're getting almost 60 pieces for $3 roughly. So that's really good, and also the types of pieces you get are neat. If you want to see more about the specific pieces, check out my building video. Now we'll get on to the set itself. So here we have the packaging for the set. Very basic look on it. It has a similar background, as you notice, with the palm trees and the city skyline. Very similar background to some of the other creator sets from this year, and a little bit of last year. Like the Sunset Speeder from this year has a similar background detail. And this is not a 3-in-1 build. If because you think creator sets, you think a 3-in-1 or 2-in-1. This one, you just build the one set. Now, nothing's really wrong with the packaging, and I never really critique it. And I actually do like how it's shown here because, you're driving along a nice cruise with your fast car. So, that kind of background is nice, although it is a little bit harder to see. But one thing I don't like about the background in comparison to the set, the spoiler is a little bit hard to see in the back. Because it's a white spoiler, but you have some of this back area as like a faded out blue, almost going to white. So if you look at it some ways, it may be hard to see at first. But it is still there, and I just thought that was something interesting. On the back, you do get a ticket. Kids go free with paid adult ticket to Legoland. There's a little coupon if you need to get one for going to Legoland. Now, it doesn't say it on the back, but it does say it in the instructions. You can vote for this set online at legoclub.com. Club code CP2014. Now, I'm not going to vote on it yet because CP 2014, or whatever year it is, usually relates to every polybag that is released in that year. So you can only use the code once for any polybag that has the same code. And that's really an unfortunate thing. I would love to rate all the polybags that LEGO has released, even last year, as well as this year. But unfortunately, that one code works for everything, so it only works for, if I were to use it here, and then I get another polybag this year that has the same code, can't rate that set. You already used the code. So that stinks. We do get a foldable instruction manual, and as you saw in the building video, we get to see some advertisements for other bigger building sets from Creator, such as furry creatures. And on the back, it shows the Quad Bike set. There's where it shows the coupon, the club code CP2014. If you want to rate this set, let me know if you rated it, or you can just go online and use that code after this review. It's a very basic design, very basic build to this set, very structural in the inside, and probably something that I would build. If I were to build in this miniature size, I'd probably build it in a similar way. I do like the stacking technique that's used in here. It's very similar to some of the tiny turbo sets that we got from LEGO Racers. They're very easy to comprehend instructions, and some of you may recognize, yes, it has the same format as the LEGO Movie instructions. Well, that's because the LEGO Movie ones are based on the creator. We don't really get any new pieces with this set, so I won't have a segment for that. All the pieces that you get in this set have been used before in one other color or another, or maybe even in the same color, so I'm not really going to go over that. We do get a couple extra pieces in this set, most of them being 1x1s. We have a translucent red, translucent white, or just clear, as some call it, and a black one. These are all the 1x1 studs. You get a 1x1 cheese wedge as an additional piece. This one is in red. And you also get a 1x2 grate piece. You could probably add that onto the car if you really want to soup it up or change a little bit of its style. So, not too much as far as the extra pieces go. There are also no inside bags for this set. I know sometimes when they get to around 50 or 60 pieces in a poly bag, they usually have an interior bag. But this one doesn't. This one, it just has the pieces as you see them. The building video can show you a little bit better as far as the opening of the set and the building of it. So now let's look at our fast car. I'm going to put him up on the podium so that we can spin him around and you can take a nice good look at it. It actually has a great style to it. I do like the color scheme that's involved with it, and it does make it unique compared to the other cars that we've seen from Creator in recent years. It's got a lot of black on top with some red on the sides and bottom, and a little hint of white on the spoiler and on the side doors. You also get some 2x2 clear pieces for the windows, and I think that's probably one of the better pieces you can get in this set. Those pieces don't come often, but when they do, they're excellent, and they're really executed very well for cockpits or for, dashboards. This car has a couple little features on it as far as the designs. Not much as far as play features other than rolling it around and adjusting the spoiler in the back. You can move it all the way down here, or you can move it all the way up there, or anywhere in between. It's very easy to work with, and it stays in that position due to the hinges. We got a couple thrusters in the back and exhausts, to help the car boost, and just because cars need exhausts. It also has on the front, you can see kind of a forward look to that design, and I think that's probably one of the things I like about this model. It doesn't have, it brings the pieces out a little bit more, so it gives it a thicker look to the car. It's not all crunched up, so it actually presents a little bit better detail and a little bit more dimension to the car, so that you can, get a better feel of this little guy being, a nice, fast car. We do get a 1x2 cheese wedge on here. This is as one piece, which is nice to get in this set. And we also get one on both sides. We got two of these bracket pieces, which, fits on as a 1x2, but extends over to the side as a 2x4. They're very excellent to get in this set. I don't recall them being in black in many sets, so there's a good way and a cheap way to get them. The wheels are also very nice. I've always liked these types of wheels that are used in the sets. Always like cars that use those wheels because it just seems like a very standard type for me. It's not too bulky. It's pretty street worthy. Even with Lego City cars, it works out very nicely. We got this red stripe pattern as we go from the top over to the back, which I actually like that idea, that we get the stripe pattern. You can even see part of it through the cockpit since the piece underneath has that same, color. We also got the grills in the back, just kind of more, letting the exhaust out, letting some air out, which also gives it a nice, a nice little detail and a little bit more extra pieces we can add on to the set to make it more unique. What I also like about the back, and it may be a kind of minor thing, but the slope is actually different between the 1x3 and the 1x2 pieces. And I think that actually works out very well. It makes it, again, gives it a little bit more dimension to the car. It doesn't look as flat, with everything being on the same slope. You get a little bit more ideas, and just gives it a little bit more depth to the car when it presents that. Now on the bottom, we don't really get much, as you could just see what it looks like there. And as far as playability goes, it's very easy to roll around, push back and forth. You could add this right along with a lot of other mini cars. Maybe you can even add it into minifigure type cars, like smaller cars from Lego City. It could fit in well if you try. It's only 4 studs wide if you don't include the little hangover from the wheels, which would probably make it about 5 studs wide, so it can fit into smaller areas of Lego Cities if you so desire. Overall, I like the design of it. Although it has very basic idea and function, it does include nice details, some really cool looking pieces, and a little bit of depth to it. So it doesn't make it too flat of a car. It actually has a little bit more meaning to it. And as a fast car, well, we have yet to see. So, it was also a very easy build. It didn't take too long to make. I could probably have made it shorter, but for the building video, I kind of dragged it out because I was missing a few pieces. One thing you might notice during the building video, I actually tried to push some of the wheel pieces into the tires, and a little bit early on in the instructions. That's because I was trying to get the 1x1s out of those tires. Sometimes in the packaging, you know, when pieces get mixed around, they just wind up in there because they can fit in. So, it's not really a bad part of the set. I know that's definitely unintentional for letting that happen. I'm totally fine with it, personally. You know, and it's not too hard to get out. So, if you like getting certain types of pieces, you probably want to get the front and back parts. You probably want to get these clearer pieces and maybe the grates. If you like getting polybags, this one's a nice looking polybag. Although it has very basic function, like I said, it still has a good look to it, and it's not too plain. It still has a nice style of black, white, and red. And as a creator set, it looks okay. I mean, I don't have too many other mini ones to compare it to, and they do range in size when it comes to miniature creator sets, so I don't know if you could actually fit this in with the same scale of models with other creator sets. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I do apologize it was a little long, but I wanted to let you know exactly how I thought of this. And stay tuned for more set reviews. Also, I'd like to put these two next to it. These are older cars. They're from racers, and they were from some cereal promotions. Look at that size. Very nice looking. We'll see you next time.